Everyone speaks, everyone posts, everyone reacts, everyone explains themselves. Opinions spill freely, emotions are worn publicly, and validation is begged for openly. In such an environment, silence feels unnatural, almost threatening. And it should. Because silence is not weakness. Silence is restraint. Silence is discipline. Silence is power under control. To be silent is to refuse cheap attention. To be dangerous is to possess strength without displaying it. Stoicism is the philosophy that teaches this balance. The Stoics did not seek applause. They sought mastery over themselves, their reactions, their fears, and their impulses. They understood something the modern world has forgotten. True power does not announce itself. This is the philosophy of being calm in chaos, unshaken by insult, unmoved by praise, and unstoppable in action. It is not passive. It is not weak. It is controlled force. To be silent and dangerous is not about intimidation. It is about capacity, the quiet knowledge that you could, but you choose not to unless necessary. Silence is not absence. It is presence. Silence is often misunderstood as emptiness. In truth, it is fullness. A silent person has already thought deeply. A loud person is still trying to convince himself. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations not for an audience, but for himself. The most powerful man in the world, at the time, spoke to no one about his inner battles. He did not posture. He reflected. Silence allows clarity. When you stop talking, you start observing. When you stop reacting, you start understanding. When you stop explaining yourself, you start becoming undeniable. The Stoics believed that words should be used sparingly, only when they add value, only when they serve reason, only when they are necessary. Idle speech weakens the mind. Excessive explanation leaks power. In silence, you see people clearly. You hear their motives beneath their words. You recognize patterns, intentions, and weaknesses not to exploit, but to understand reality as it is. Silence is not retreat. It is positioning. The dangerous man is the controlled man. Danger does not mean chaos. It means capability. A man who cannot control his anger is not dangerous. He is predictable. A man who cannot control his desires is not powerful. He is owned. A man who reacts emotionally is not intimidating. He is manipulable. The Stoic ideal is inner sovereignty. Epictetus taught that the only thing truly under your control is your own mind. Everything else, reputation, wealth, status, outcomes, belongs to fate. The dangerous individual accepts this fully. He does not beg for fairness. He does not rage at inconvenience. He does not crumble under pressure. He adapts. Danger lies in emotional discipline, in delayed reaction, in patience sharpened into strategy. The silent, dangerous person does not need to threaten. His composure unsettles. His restraint confuses. His presence commands attention without demanding it. Emotional detachment is not coldness. Stoicism is often misinterpreted as emotional suppression. This is false. The Stoics did not deny emotion. They refused to be ruled by it. To feel anger is human. To be consumed by it is weakness. To feel desire is natural. To be enslaved by it is failure. The dangerous Stoic feels deeply but acts rationally. He allows emotions to pass through him without dictating his behavior. He observes his feelings like weather, temporary, external, uncontrollable, but never lets them steer the ship. This emotional independence terrifies manipulators. You cannot guilt a Stoic. You cannot provoke him easily. You cannot control him through fear or flattery. He is grounded in reason, not impulse. That is real danger. Why silence creates authority. Authority does not come from volume. It comes from certainty. People who talk too much are usually unsure. People who explain themselves excessively are seeking approval. People who defend every accusation are insecure. The Stoic understands that not every attack deserves a response. Silence filters noise. Silence exposes desperation in others. Silence forces people to project their insecurities. When you do not respond, people reveal themselves. The most authoritative figures in history spoke less, not more. Their words were deliberate, their actions consistent, their presence undeniable. Silence creates mystery. Mystery creates respect. Respect creates influence. Stoic resilience, the core of danger. A dangerous individual is one who cannot be broken. The Stoics trained for hardship. Voluntarily, cold, hunger, discomfort, loss, they rehearsed adversity mentally, so that when hardship arrived, it was familiar. He who is prepared for the worst is never surprised. Modern people collapse at inconvenience. The Stoic stands firm in catastrophe. This resilience is quiet. There is no complaining, no dramatizing. No victimhood, only adjustment and forward motion. Pain becomes information. Failure becomes instruction. Loss becomes refinement. A man who does not fear discomfort cannot be controlled. That is danger in its purest form. Ego, death, and inner freedom. The ego craves recognition. The Stoic starves it. Ego seeks validation. Stoicism seeks alignment with reality. The more you need applause, the weaker you become. The more you detach from external approval, the freer you are. A silent person with no need to prove himself is terrifying to those who rely on social leverage. He cannot be shamed. He cannot be pressured by opinion. He does not bend to trends. He knows who he is. That certainty creates a gravity that no performance can replicate. Action over expression. Stoicism prioritizes doing over saying. Modern culture is obsessed with announcing intentions. Stoicism teaches that announcing is often a substitute for execution. The dangerous individual moves in silence. He builds quietly. He prepares without spectacle. He improves without documentation. When results appear, they speak louder than words ever could. The Stoic does not advertise progress. He embodies it. Silence as a weapon against chaos. In conflict, silence disarms. An angry person wants reaction. A manipulator wants emotion. A provocateur wants noise. Silence denies them oxygen. It forces others to escalate irrationally while you remain composed. Over time, composure wins always. Stoicism is not about avoiding conflict. It is about entering it on your terms, with clarity, control, and purpose. The dangerous Stoic does not seek battle, but when forced, he is decisive. Discipline is the foundation of danger. Discipline builds capacity. Physical discipline strengthens the body. Mental discipline sharpens judgment. Moral discipline anchors character. Without discipline, potential rots into fantasy. The Stoics believed daily practice mattered more than philosophy itself. Cold mornings, hard work, honest self-assessment, ruthless accountability. A disciplined individual does not rely on motivation. He relies on structure. Structure creates reliability. Reliability creates power. Modern application, Stoicism in a weak world. Today's world rewards emotional expression, not emotional control. It praises vulnerability without strength, honesty without responsibility, and freedom without discipline. Stoicism stands in opposition. To be silent today is rebellious. To be self-controlled is radical. To be dangerous, but ethical is rare. The modern Stoic does not retreat from society. He navigates it strategically. He understands systems, people, incentives, and weaknesses, but he is not corrupted by them. He plays the game without losing himself.